All right, thanks, Ashley. We'll check in with you later. Well, new this morning, 2 men are now charged after a shots fired call and a barricade situation yesterday in Lexington. Well, developing news now from the Middle East. Overnight, there were new attacks in the war against Iran. The strikes included oil tankers, sending gas prices skyrocketing again. We're calling breaking news. A person is in the hospital after an accidental overnight shooting in Lexington. We have a lot to get to, though, so let's begin with weather with meteorologist Ashley Kate, who's going to tell me not only is it going to be great when I'm at Keeneland, that I'm also going to win my bets.
Yeah.
Well, new this morning, the Walmart in Stamford has been given the all clear after an alleged bomb threat led to the store's evacuation last night. Ned Stark from Game of Thrones. What a great actor. His roles that he does, he's just so diverse.
And a lot of movies to look forward to. I mean, the Charlie and Chocolate Factory one. Interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, looking forward to seeing what it's like when it comes out.
Yeah.
Yes, Walker, a very exciting morning here at a Cup of Commonwealth with you said owner Salvador Sanchez. Now, Salvador, tell me a little bit about how long the coffee shop has been here.
Yeah,
According to the Lexington Fire Department, crews were called just after 7:40 this morning to Winchester Road near Bahama for a report of a collision with an entrapment. Officials say one car went off the road and then through a fence. Officials with the fire department tell me that one person was taken to the hospital. The coroner is on the scene here for a second person as well.
During the winter months, many people go out and start their car, letting it warm up for a few minutes before heading out on the road. But according to AAA, not only is that not necessary, but it could also harm your engine.
Manowar is still looking really clear. As you can see, a lot of cars going down the road behind me. I've seen several snow plows on some side roads and some parking lots on Manowar, trying to keep those roads clear.
Because of yesterday's shooting, Kentucky State Police has suspended classes, final exams, and campus activities for the rest of this week. Officials with KSU says students may go home if they choose, and support systems are in place for students, faculty, and staff if they need it. Dennis says detailing a car is the best option to get all the salt off, but coming to a car wash also works, and many car washes in the area are seeing an influx of customers. Beautiful, and as you can see, plenty of people gathering here at Keeneland for the final day of the spring meet, and it's going to be packed with the final 10 races ahead of the Kentucky Derby. Now, I spoke with Kara Heisenbuttel here at Keeneland about how the new paddock made new experiences for attendees and about the excitement from the spring meet. So make sure when you're on those main roads, keep a distance from other cars in front of you, drive a little bit slower, and when you're getting in your car, you need to make sure to get all that snow and ice off, because look at this block of ice that was on my work car today. This was at least 2 inches thick of ice on the cars.
I was just at work like a normal day and then just received a phone call that he had gotten out.
Leslie Weston says her mind went straight to the worst.
I've always, thought, like, what if that happens? Or you see other news stories and you're like, I hope that never happens to my son, and then it did. And so it was just all of my worst fears coming to life. It was the worst day of my life.
Now, Weston is suing FCPS. An attorney filed the lawsuit in Fayette County Circuit Court this past Wednesday, alleging negligence. According to the complaint, the 7-year-old was gone from Meadowthorpe Elementary School after getting out through a classroom window for nearly 40 minutes until the staff reported them missing. The complaint says Lexington Animal Care and Control officers found the child and took him to UK Hospital to be checked out.
Yeah, I mean, the animal control officers are true heroes, like, just to stop. Like, they were out on a different call. They weren't, going to help my son. They just saw him and stopped. And
Weston says she is forever grateful to the officers who helped her son, and she looks forward to meeting them in person.
Want them to be able to see my son again, and just let them know how grateful we are and forever will be for them and their quick thinking.
She adds she went straight to the hospital after she was called and was so relieved to be able to see and hug her son. Weston says her son is the most loving and fun little boy. She adds their family would not be their family without him.
He's just amazing. He's brilliant. Like, watching his mind work is one of my favorite things.
When it came to sending her son back to school,
Weston says she was terrified, but knew she had to do what was best for him.
That was one of the hardest things because you think like, oh, I'm just never going to send him back. But for him, that's the consistency is what he needs. So I had to put my feelings aside in that and do what was best for him. And that was to get him back to school and in his routine.
For parents who have children on the autism spectrum, Weston says individual education programs, or IEPs, need to be detailed and thorough.
Anything that you need for your child for you to be able to send them to school and feel safe about that, put it in there.
When it comes to the outcome of the lawsuit, Weston hopes that some changes will come and there will be better safety measures for kids, especially those with special needs. In Lexington, Sydney St. Clair, ABC 36 News Now. On May 16, 2025, an EF4 tornado tore through Sunshine Hills, Meadow Lane, and surrounding areas, killing 18 people and injuring more than 100. The storm damaged or destroyed 1,500 homes, causing an estimated $350 million in damage.
We saw a lot of the mobile homes picked up and twisted and windows busted out, roofs ripped off. Almost every trailer in the trailer park had some type of damage. There would be sticks sticking in the side.
Corinda Vaughn, who owns Finley Trailer Park, says it's hard to actually picture that happening in her community. For many survivors, the destruction was instant and life-changing. William Murphy lives at the trailer park. He says that night he stepped outside and realized how bad it was.
By the time I closed the door and get inside, all I had time for was lay down on the floor. Next thing I know, my trailer was up in the air, slammed on the ground, tore apart. I'm over on almost the next road over, laying in a pile of debris, hanging on.
Murphy says when he woke up, he could see all of the damage. He went to his brother's house to rest, and a few hours later went back to find his cell phone.
And I found my cell phone, and right there where my cell phone was a Bible laying there. And that was laying right there where I was laying. So immediately I felt like he had his hand on me.
Now, nearly a year later, people are still rebuilding what was lost.
I think we have about 7 that needs to be fixed. We have some that need to be put back on their foundations, and all the wiring and plumbing underneath needs to be hooked back up.
Murphy has been living in a camper for almost a year while fixing his home.
And hopefully I'll be done someday soon. But some people from North Carolina was nice enough to let me borrow this, but they're ready to get it back now, so I've got to get done with my house and get out of it.
As the community continues to rebuild, officials are also planning a day to remember those affected. A day of remembrance will be held Saturday, May 16th at Wyan Pine Elementary School on State Road 363, about half a mile from the Sunshine Hills subdivision. In Laurel County, Sydney St. Clair, ABC 36 News Now. Across the U.S., the national average for gas has risen to $3.91, almost a whole dollar since February 28th, when the war with Iran began. At that time, gas was just $2.94. According to officials with AAA, Kentucky's average is a bit lower, sitting at $3.73, $1.12 higher than a month ago. Keith Brown is traveling from Cincinnati. He was shocked to see the prices were higher in Kentucky than Ohio. He and his family stopped to get gas in Richmond, and it cost them $70 to fill up half a tank in their truck.
Last year it was $150 weekend for fuel. I can see this year probably being $250 just for the weekend worth of fuel.
For some travelers, they say they will try to make up the costs by eating out less and watching how much they spend. Experts say other factors include supply and demand, as well as switching from winter blend to summer blend, since summer blend fuels cost more to produce.
Probably the hardest thing is that I have a new teenage driver, so I'm filling up 2 tanks rather than just 1. So yeah, it's hitting the pocketbook for sure.
Yeah, I mean, to fill this thing up, it's probably cost me about $80 normally. Now I'm looking at about $120 to fill it up. So I mean, that $40, that counts. You know, that's an extra bill every month right there.
AAA Bluegrass adds that even when the conflict in Iran ends, it will take a while to see prices lower. In Lexington, Sydney St. Clair, ABC 36 News Now.